Everybody, Shav Nobody Else's Auto, checking out some more cool stuff at the Pioneer Auto Show in Murdo, South Dakota. Shooting a ton of cool content here. We love all kinds of old cars. That's what we're bringing you. They have such a diverse collection here. Shooting some content, going to show you some neat stuff. Now, starting off right here, and we look at right here, almost looks like a 40 Ford. However, it's not a 40 Ford. That's what's kind of interesting. 1939 Mercury, the first year for Mercury. Looked like a 40 Ford headlight bezel because that's pretty much what it is. But we look at the rest of the nose of this car, obviously not a 40 Ford. This is a 39 Mercury, and it's even a coupe. Now, most of us are familiar with the body style of the 3940 Ford Coupe, one of the most beautiful designs ever made, in my personal opinion. This 39 Mercury Coupe, completely different design than the 39 Ford Coupe. We look at this, and this roof line comes back and almost just drops down, stops, and then rolls back. Now, obviously, the 3940 Ford Coupe, we're familiar with the flowing C-pillar all the way to the rear bumper. This kind of cuts off. Piece of trim right here at the edge, and then the deck lid. So a very unique body style for 1939 and not commonplace for what we think of when we think of a 39 Ford Coupe. Really a totally different design. But a very unique car and something you don't see that often. There's just not a lot of 39 Mercurys out there. Now, next to the 39 Mercury, we've got another car that's very unique. This is a 1940 Graham. Now, one thing we're gonna look at on this Graham, if you've been hanging out with us, you've seen our videos from the Auburn Cord Duesenberg Company in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. If you watch some of those Cord videos, and if we look at the body shell of this Graham right here, I know it's kind of tough to see, but if you can see the shapes of these doors, the way they open, and as we work our way around the back, we can see the back of this Graham. Now it says Graham right here, so it's definitely a Graham, but that body shell probably looks a little familiar to you if you've been hanging out with us and checking out those videos from the Auburn Cord Duesenberg Company. Well, the Auburn Cord Duesenberg Company went bankrupt in the late 30s, and Dallas Winslow bought the remainder of the company, which he subsequently sold to Glenn Prey in 1960. He bought the parts inventory, he did not buy the dies. The dies for this body were sold to Graham, and this body is essentially the same body as the 3637 Cord 810 and 812 sedan. That's what they used, so they didn't have to completely redesign their own body shell, which obviously was expensive. Graham was a smaller company. They were trying to do what they could. They had an opportunity, and that's what they did. Now, obviously, they put their own nose on it, completely different nose than the iconic coffin nose Cord. One big thing that stands out, obviously, the headlights are right here. You know, that was a big thing with those Cords. They had hideaway headlights. So a completely different nose, completely different trim. However, body shell, essentially the same body as the Cord 810 and 812 from 1936 and 1937. So kind of a unique car, something you very rarely see. As the sign on the window says, only 1,200 made using this Cord body. And that's one other thing about here at the Pioneer Auto Show. There's a lot of information on these cars so you can help identify what you're looking at. Another cool car we're going to check out, 1941 Buick Super Coupe, sitting right here. It's got a note on it that it's been used in multiple movies. So another neat car that you don't see very often. We're going to catch one more in this video. The 1949 Nash 600, bathtub Nash, cool nose, very iconic looking car. However, a body style that has never really taken off. These are a cool car, but they've never really generated the interest a lot of these cars, other cars like this from the 50s have. Obviously the big flowing roof line all the way to the back, similar to the Fleetline Chevrolets, and it even kind of narrowed up into the back, even almost into kind of a tiny boat tail type design. But a cool car, they're neat cars. They had the low fender wells, it kind of covered part of the tire and wheel, and just cars that never really took off like a lot of these other cars from the late 40s, early 50s have, but a very unique design and a very unique body style. So some more cool stuff here, definitely a diverse collection when we're looking at Grahams, 39 Mercurys, Nashes, Buicks, things like that. Very diverse collection, super cool stuff. If you're anywhere in the area, if you're planning your next vacation, put Murdo, South Dakota on the list. The Pioneer Auto Show, almost 300 cars. They've got signs, they've got tractors, they've got toys, all kinds of cool stuff. So be sure to check it out, put it on your list to do, and we'll see you soon on the next video with more cool cars from the Pioneer Auto Show.